These electronic gizmos, they will eat your lunch sometimes. One wrong button pushed. Okay, welcome back. Be rad at something. Man, a lot has happened since last time I got on here. I don't know if I can cram it all in or remember to talk about it all, but we'll just get started. Uh, First thing, we're in a different room. Made some moves around the house here and got my own little room to do this stuff in. A few podcasts back, I promised I would make a space. So it's part of that promise. And if I have this set up, I'll be more likely to go out and do it. So I also have another location secured that has not been set up yet. Don't have a lot of information on that yet or what that's going to be, but it's pretty dang exciting. And yeah, maybe be cool to have some guests because I think my podcasts are kind of the ones you turn on if you're having trouble sleeping, and then lights out. You'll be asleep listening to me for very long. I've had that effect on people. That's all right. Yeah, so I got this coffee here. My daughter made. She's trying to like do her own barista type thing around here. And she put my name and what this coffee was. Dad, salted caramel, French vanilla, cream, black coffee. Yep. She's awesome. Love my kids, my family here at home. Just awesome people. Speaking of awesome family and people, I'd like to give a shout out to my mom, my number one fan. Hello, Mom. Hope this finds you well. If I only do this just so you know what's up with me, that's cool to me. I'm not the greatest to talk to anybody on the phone about anything. Just kind of can't think of what to say a lot of the times. So me and her, we communicate through texts and visits, not so often anymore, but good ones when they happen. But my wife and kids, they kind of relay what's going on with me to my mom. Thanks, Mom, for watching these. I appreciate doing them again so you can keep tabs on me a little bit. Maybe you can learn the true heart of your son. I'm sure you already know it even better than I do. That kind of reminds me of one of my points today, guys. If you're having a struggle figuring out what you should be rad at, ask your mom. Your mom's known what you've been into since you could walk, like the first things you went to get into. I remember stories, first things I got into, I kept trying to stick stuff in the outlets all over the place. And it bit me a few times, but that didn't stop me. Anyway, that brings me all the way here today. What I'm doing, podcasts. I got to plug this into the wall, into the computer. I'm in this room in my element with wires scattered all over, computers, guitar. I like it. I've tried to shake this off. I really have. And I'm not trying to do that no more. I'm going to embrace it. My mom also got us this last time she visited some air fresheners to hang from the mirror in the truck. And it says, "Follow your happy." And got to say, I don't like things hanging from the mirror. Ask Corey. But this one, I've grown to appreciate it. It's what I mean by be rad at something also. Follow your happy. Do what makes you happy. It sounds cliche, but truth. I've heard it in so many different avenues. And what I can say is I'm finally following that today. Had a series of events happen I chatted about last time. I got this new little side job changing oils, and it was attached to my old project at a haunted house. Well, that planted a seed, lit a fire in me, and I finally asked if I may volunteer to put my my sound effect distributor back together the way it was, and I was given permission. So I'm going to go do that. It's the only type of work I will volunteer for because I love it so much. I, I'm doing this mechanical work too, and that is for an hourly pay wage. I won't do that for free. I can't. I'm burned out on that stuff, especially with the job I have now. 7/12s, which are actually 7 15-hour days. I need the 7 off to recoup from that largely. But yeah, you don't know how exciting of news that is for me. And the itch that I had, I just couldn't let it be once I found out that that equipment was attached to this new side job. I couldn't leave it alone. And that's no accident. That's part of my program. So that's awesome. Excellent news. I can't express it, but it is the full circle return to where I stepped off from. It's amazing. I went to that old haunted house that I worked at. And there was nothing inside there except the room that I built the facade for. Let's throw up a picture. That's still there after 10 years, and the warehouse is empty. They gutted the place, but my creation is still there. And I was looking for this contraption, this sound distributor that I did find on accident. It wasn't there, but then I found where it was some 6 months later, we'll say. Not an accident. I finally decided I would volunteer to help work on that, and I was given the green light then. So, and that prop, that's what we call those at the haunted house, is still it still exists. I heard some of the big awesome projects we built in the other one, the guys built. I didn't really help build those. They got torn down and destroyed and parted off. But somehow my creations, contributions are still together, and now I am going to go make them whole again. That's so freaking beautiful. 10 years after I stepped away, the universe that God created has brought me back to this stuff. And I should have never left it, but I did. Had some learning to do. And I've been trying to replace that ever since. Just kind of didn't know it. I heard this haunt place was going to open up when it first started, and I was like, I just can't go be a part of that. It wasn't a great experience at the end of that. The management was not helping us. We did that all out of labor of love, out of our hearts, in the spirit of helping charity, and the money evaporated. So we left. I got to kind of work for management at this one for a very, very short time, but they're at least different in a good way. So I like that. I got some work to do today to change some oils for a change. That's what I do every day at work. But glad to have a little extra cash income there and help this out. But man, I can't wait to get started. I'm actually going to go check out all this other stuff at the haunt too. The sound distributor. Can't wait. So that's how you know you found the right thing. Like, say you get off work and the first thing you want to go do is whatever, or you're excited to go do it. That's it. Just go with it, whatever it is. It's kind of hard. I can't make money at it, but I have all the money I need to support myself in the meantime, and doing those things helps me psychologically deal with the rest more positive, and I haven't had that. Everybody knows it. So that's what's been wrong. Now there's hope I can gain some of that back. And as far as work goes, I'm I'm trying the best I can to find something that fits there too. And on that subject, another turn of events at our workplace, they are stopping operations at the whole mine site. It's not profitable for them. So we're being moved out. I have a choice to stay and help move out and find another project, or maybe be rehomed to another project prior to the completion of the move out, or find something else. So I've been looking, got a few things to check out. But that job started out, at least, as something that I could do that would take my mind off everything else. I really enjoyed it. It kind of helped me see what I belong doing in the working world versus what I was doing. So that helped with my mood a lot. But there's still some things to that job that I wish were a little better. No job's going to be perfect, but I just can't help not trying to better myself there. I feel bad, I really like to become part of the places I work, and just leaving. I don't like having to do that, but I I got to take care of myself mentally, and if it's not a fit, it's not a fit. I would say if you move around and find something that's not quite a fit, still gives you those negative feelings, you got to get out ASAP. I've had that go bad. I've been fired as a result of that going wrong and injured. Just don't do it. Don't suffer. So it gives me hope to look for other jobs. I'd like to be closer. I think I could do the same work, but closer to home. That would help. But all in all, if I could just boil this down to doing like what I'm doing now, or what I'm going to go volunteer to do, and I could still put food on the table, that's my ultimate goal. But right now, I'm the washing the dishes at night so I can do my dream job during the day. I'm in that kind of a story, and it's mechanical work, changing oil, doing maintenance, so that I can keep up this electronic goodie stuff. I love it. It's got the power to make me whole. That is a guidance mechanism programmed into you by God. It's so simple, easy. It's kind of subtle, and you have a choice to follow it or not. But if you don't follow it, you're not going to feel good. I've experimented not following it to make sure it's the correct thing, but I always know that this stuff is. So that's what makes me keep coming over here doing this. And I always want to contribute to a bigger cause. So if anybody ever listens to this, I hope you can kind of follow the same things. I've been medicating with tons of caffeine to kind of get me moving and over these humps. Drink caffeine all day long, and that works artificially, but there's a negative side effect to that. And I've kind of heard it from Andrew Huberman. Just coincidentally showed up in my social media feeds, like doing the things that give you a dump of dopamine, little effort, high reward, they're negative, and it leads to a crash and worse off. So I think in all this whole picture of things, if you can do the work that dumps those endorphins into your bloodstream, that is high effort and high reward also. You get the same feeling as you would slamming a whole energy drink, but it's sustainable. I've figured that out to be true in ways. You know, when I do this work, it is a positive dopamine dump, and I can find some other things about my other work too that does that. But I got this addiction to this caffeine I have to address. Some days it's an uphill battle on too many sides to put it down. So those days are coming for me again. Like I'm in the thousands of milligrams of caffeine a day. So that's terrible. I've had stints where I haven't done any caffeine for a month or two, and it was good. Once you get past yourself, I've abstained from a lot harder things too. Of course, if you follow me at all, like real drugs, once you get past having to sleep it off or whatever, and you do these things that give you normal endorphins, um, they take care of a lot of what you need. And and then in those times when I had a cup of coffee, holy crap, it was like life changing at one cup of coffee. So that's how I should feel if I drink a cup of coffee today. But now I drink 10 and two energy drinks, and I'm barely keeping up. So yeah, just another indicator of me to find something else to do with myself. I got all these crazy irons in the fire. I always kind of spend these days off just seeing what else is out there. And now I have legit reason, like, my job security is going to change. I've heard they're going to try to make up for what we lost, but I lost potentially $15 an hour to do the same work. So, I mean, I don't love it that much to take that much of a whack. There's some hearsay that they might be able to make some of that up. I can't plan my life on hearsay. So we'll see how that unfolds here in the next few weeks. Um, I've been grateful to have the opportunity at the job I got. It kind of helped me get back to where I can work again because I wasn't there. I was a lazy shell of myself. Didn't want to do anything. And it's no wonder I hated the work. When I like the work, there's no stopping me. I hope you find something that does that for you too. If you're in that cycle or in that rut or medicating some way or another because things aren't that way for you, there's a way out of it. But you got to get to where you can listen, and you got to believe in what you've already been given. Even if you can't make $1 million doing that dream thing, the the means are going to come that you can do it. That's the way it works. You'll figure it out somehow. I think you got to be tested too. It's like, well, okay, I know I'm thinking like God here. It's like, I know I programmed you to do such and such, but I'm going to test you and see how bad you really are willing to do it. And then when you pass that test, I'm going to just keep giving you things that you can sustain everything and keep doing it. And then I'm going to throw these little endorphin things in because, yes, that's what I want you to do. I'm going to reward you there too. And it'll just work. It'll work out. Opportunities come. You still have to choose to say yay or nay. But you got to see the end picture. You got to keep asking, how can I make this work? How? I've heard that from Robert Kiyosaki. Like, you don't say, I can't do this or I can't afford that. You ask yourself, how can I do this? How can I afford that? And then your brain is working on that. It's like, well, I could try this. No, maybe not. I could try that. Maybe. Okay, I'll try it. And then it does or it doesn't work. You don't give up on just one try. Believe in it. You try your rear off. You do it. So I've been at that cycle with this electronic stuff enough times. And it reminds me of the abundance and scarcity rules. Heard about some of those from Garrett Gunderson, Wealth Factory. You got to have a mind of abundance. You got to believe that there'll be enough to go around. There's more than one slice of the pie to fight for. There's enough pie for everybody. So go get your slice. I notice it in little ways. Like if I say I have a vehicle at home and I'm like, I paid this much for this vehicle and I want a budget only that I ever spend this much, and I count those pennies, I'll step all over the budget. I'll be way over what I thought and I'll be miserable, and that vehicle won't be what I want. But I've done it a different way. When it seems like the money was plentiful, I went more for the idea of the end project in mind, and then the project turns out. And it'll be over what you thought it would cost. That's just normal reality. But fighting through and achieving the goal of what you were after, that's pretty awesome. That's worth more than you might have thought. It takes what it takes to get some things turnkey. It's like, are you willing to fight for it? Do you believe that you'll be given the resources? Quite simply, I think you can believe in it. You're going to be given what you need to do what you got to do. I've found it to be true in my life, and I'm confident it'll be true in yours. So, hey, understand that what you're being told or what you're interested in is your thing. So don't give up on it. Find out how you can do it. And you'll get those rewards, just enough of them to keep doing it. And I hope you can contribute positively in the world around you as a result. We need whatever that thing is out of you. Because I don't have it. And you don't have what I have. So we got to put those things out so that we have an abundance of the things we enjoy and things we need. The reason to live and be fulfilled on this life. God wants that. He just doesn't want us to get attached with all this stuff. He wants us to remember there's something behind the curtain waiting that's better. Just something you're going to have to believe in. The more I believe in that, the more I can see it. The more I know it. All right, that's what I have today. I got some work to do. Thanks for listening again, and catch you on the next one.